mallets. Look at that. There's a Braille one. Boom. There's Tony Hawk and Kevin Stop.
Yeah. The nice mallet.
Oh. See, no.
Welcome back to another episode 15 of our Southern California tour. We've been having so much fun. We hope you have been enjoying. We are out here in Vista, California. Look at that beautiful palm tree there, Gabriel.
Wow.
We are out here at the 187 Killer Pads headquarters and factory. So I'm really excited to be here. We had some awesome times with them at the Braille house. So let's go see what we got. Yeah. All right. So we got Vincent Pichetti and Adam Taylor. They're gonna show us around, show us how the pads are made. We got the squad in here. And yeah, so thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're stoked you guys came in here. 187 factory. See how some pads are made, how they're developed right here in-house.
All right, so 187 Killer Pads, awesome pads. Maybe give us a little bit of a history of like how the business has gone over time and like how you created it all.
So my mother and sister run a canvas and upholstery shop in Florida. And so we used to tinker around and fix pads and do little things. And I came out to California with my buddy Rob Mertz. And we went all over to like all these different like human warehouse and all these different spots and private vert ramps. I was just like, whoa, like there's like real business in skateboarding. Like you can actually make a living. And the only thing I knew anything about was sewing upholstery and canvas and skateboarding. So I'm like, let me see if I can develop some pads, like really do something with this. Did that, got it going, was doing a bunch of stuff. Everything was made in-house. Everything was made in our little workshop in Florida. And I had a buddy named Dave down in Pompano, Dave Bamdis. And he's like, dude, you got to go overseas. Like, you're killing yourself. So went overseas. Right after we went overseas, I met Tony Hawk in Jacksonville. Yeah. He's like, I want to try your pads out. 3 days later, I flew to Detroit, hand fitted him with like 3 different styles of pads. And I did a red strap. I think I did a black strap and like a white strap. Like, what's Tony wearing? Because my buddy would, let me know. He's wearing the red one. So he likes that one. Yeah. So I'm like, all right. So I could kind of keep track. And like in my little patterns, and I'll show you guys that later. In my patterns, I put a red strap and I stapled it to the pattern so I would know which ones he was using. So then it was Tony, and then Jason Ellis, and then Sergi Ventura and Lincoln, and all the guys that were on the Boom Boom Huck Jam back in the day. They all jumped on board. And 6 months later, we had production going overseas. We had Tony and all those guys, his squad on, and 6 months later, we were in California. And we've been here ever since, and it just keeps growing, and from there.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Ooh, well, where do we start? We're just kind of like in the lobby here, Adam? Maybe?
Yeah, this is the start of the show. We also do backpacks, 187 killer bags. This is definitely the best skate bag ever made. Ask anyone that has one. And it holds all your skate stuff perfectly. So we're pretty stoked on our bag line. Something pretty cool over here. So 187 Killer Pads has been a family business for quite a while. This picture right here, this is Vinton's mom and Vinton, late 90s, and my brother and me. This was back in what, like 2002? This is the original 187 Killer Pads garage. Wow. And then we shot this a couple years ago. Yeah. And the next pads, his mom, Vinton, my brother, and me. It's been a long journey, and hopefully we can take another one of these in 20 years.
This is a funny piece of history. There's a school bus out back, so this is a canvas and upholstery shop, and we would just do my mom and sister sewing and doing production in there, and I would fill in and do stuff. And then this little school bus in the background was full of like, that's where we did all our plastic work, and it was just like you would walk in there, just plastic shavings and routings, and just, it was a mess. But that's where we did everything, and it was in Florida, and it was hot as hell in that school bus in the summer.
All right, well, we got a little up front here, so let's go to the fun part where the fun stuff happens. Upstairs, the custom pad production area. Vinton over here is going to give you a little tour of how custom pads are made, how just skateboard pads are made in general. So head on up there. This is my office. This is some of my medals and stuff from back in the day, because I used to be a pro vert and mega ramp skater.
Oh, yeah.
So the hardware I collected. I've got my Tony Hawk doll still in the box.
Whoa,
from when I was like a child. Got to keep it in the box, so in 20 years it'll maybe be worth some. But
you can change the hands. So
it's interchangeable,
so, like,
so you can choose their.
So sick.
Oh.
All right, so this is the custom pad shop. It's like the cut table, tons of different material, caps ready to go. We got a bunch of elbow caps, knee caps, everything under the table there. Made a little Braille set.
Hey, look at that.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I think we got a JD set here somewhere.
Dang.
Oh.
I came in and sewed these on Sunday. I'll just show you the whole thing. So this is a grommet press. This is an old school kicker. I bought this out of some guy at a sale shop in Florida and brought this over with me. So you literally put the caps in there, grommets, plastic material. Just, boom.
Dang.
You know, knock it together. That's the grommet out of Lizzie Armanto's pad, and then just our standard black ones. So, also have some big gold ones. I don't know, a lot of good stuff around here. This is some I picked up at a store. There's like bottom panels, like pre-printed, different colors. Our little green drawer there, yellow drawer, yellow and gold. Anyway, that's full of like pre-printed fabric, some pre-cut fabric here, some overstock of some hook and loop. Cutting table. If you guys are ever going to build a cutting table, it has to be at the right height so you're not bending over and killing your back all day. This is the hook and loop we use most of the time. That's for all the custom pads. So you can pick any color and just go to the wall and we cut it, stitch it up, and all that. This is super fun. This is our die wall. This is a junior pro knee. This is a extra small pro knee. Small, medium, large, extra large.
Wow.
And then all the foams.
The shape of the foam that goes in the pad, is that right? Okay, like a cookie cutter.
Yep. And I'll show you how that works. Elbow pad dies. This is our standard elbow die, and then this is our slim elbow die. I do this old school. I'll make patterns out of, this is plastic. I do this so I can see see, look at that. There's a Braille one. I didn't pull that one on purpose. But what I'll do is I'll just make like a regular paper pattern, and then I'll take it to the factory, whatever factory we're working with, because we work with about 4 different factories, and I'll say, make yourself a die and make me a die. So we have the same exact thing. So if you ordered something off Amazon or you picked up a pair of pads at McGill's and it's a medium, our medium is going to be exactly the same size as the medium you would have got at McGill's. We all share the same patterns, and it saves me money on die setup fees too. So it's a win-win. This is like the boom. Like
Very organized. I like the organizational system.
Thank you. I mean, everything we've ever made. Like, there's some patterns in here that are 20 years old almost, maybe, right? Some more clear so you can see what you're doing. It says Tony, Kevin.
Yes.
This is Tony Hawk and Kevin Staub's elbow pad. This is now the pro elbow pad. Tony's like, hey, can you make me a slimmer elbow? So I took the same pattern that we did for Kevin and I changed the cap on it for Tony, which it has a smaller round cap. And that ended up being the pro elbow pad that we sell now. We've been selling it probably 15 years now. So anyway, that's kind of how things develop around here. There's a need or a request, and we're just like, okay, kind of works out that way. And I don't know where this goes now, so I'm just gonna put it right pro elbow. There we go. Boom.
Oh.
And then screen printing.
Yeah.
We're horrible at screen printing. This is a set helmet rivets. If you come in and you have a helmet and you want a different colored strap or whatever, I can cut off the old strap, put a new strap on your helmet for you, and then we'll set that. And then here's our little bag of branded rivets, and I can set my own. And this is just I don't know, I bought this at Harbor Freight or something and then drilled it out and brought these back from one of the factories we work with and kind of built that myself. It's a swing arm clicker press, and this is a big cookie cutter. All those dies right there, put them in here, and
Is this safe, Rick?
I'm assuming we were cutting foam because it's got such a long stroke, so you can shorten the stroke to you're just popping stickers, or if you're doing big thick stuff.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
You wanna
Fully
cut
understand.
something?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, all right.
There's a nice mallet. Ooh. Maraca? Maraca
It's
mallet.
like something out of Star Wars.
Something out of my bedroom. I'm nervous. I don't know what's under there. Razor blade? I'm kind of
You
nervous.
should be.
What if my hair gets caught in the machine?
Yep, you're done.
I'll die cut one and then you die cut one. I'll dial it in for you. Might be a little too hard. Look at that. I don't know how many layers that is. I just folded it up. This on the bottom is what they call a sacrificial layer. There's so many cut marks, the thread will just get buried in the cut mark. So if you throw a little paper down there, nice sacrificial layer. So boom.
You should be very afraid, Rick.
Go on, Ricky Bobby.
Hey, healthy fear, Gabe, remember?
Let me back it off just a touch. Ooh. Give it another hit. All right, probably a little too heavy, but go ahead.
So this thing's really sharp.
Oh!
Yeah, look at that. It's crazy.
There you go. Production
Thank you.
guy.
Hey.
I've never seen you more afraid of anything.
We go in here.
Oh, I love this on the door. You see this, Rick?
Adam put that up.
Oh, it is so nice in here.
Let's see, where do we start in here? This machine I brought from Florida. This is a Consew walking foot. This is what I used to use when I did upholstery and boat canvas and stuff. I love this machine. If I had to start all over, I'd buy 2 of these and I wouldn't buy another machine ever. This is the double needle. So if you looked at JD's pad or the Braille pad we made that had the 2 stitches, the decorative stitch on the top, This is the machine that does that. So we run a white and a gray, or we can run a yellow and a white, or whatever, you know, we want. We usually just run white and gray on everything because that kind of blends with everything. Let's see. This is a serger right here. This does the inside seam on like the spandex on the inside, or whatever kind of lining we have. This is a super light duty machine. It's an industrial machine, but it's kind of a light duty industrial machine. Little board here. We can land him with the little
Chewbacca.
that's Chewbacca. That's when they did the Vans commercial up at Huntington. There's my son with his first skateboard.
Yeah.
And that's all he does now is skateboard. It's kind of funny. Saying right there. I like that one. You go right here, Ricky.
Oh, see, no, no. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Oh my gosh.
Got a little secret room up here.
You did not just pull a secret door out on us.
Yeah, so it's kind of junk. We had this big plan when we moved in here to do a bar or something, or do something really cool up here. It's just never happened. But I have a little Christmas tree that we put out every year.
Hey, that's
Sick.
cool.
And we have this is where we shoot all our product photos.
Oh, okay, awesome.
You guys want to sew some pads?
Oh yeah.
Please.
Let's do both. Let's do the heat transfer and then let's sew them.
Awesome.
So this pad right here, took our little pattern and tried to do the best I could to line it up on the top panel. Put my little light table on, quick trace, like that. So now I know that's gonna go right there.
Nice.
You know, pretty simple. After you lay the foundation, everything just kind of
Yeah.
works off that, right?
What the heck is that? I've been looking at this thing so much and I have no idea what it is. Could you please enlighten me with what this wonderful tool is?
That's how you measure the inside of a helmet or a hat even. So you put it in a hat or a helmet and then you push it out like that. It'll tell you how big it is.
Okay.
I'll show you something about this helmet that nobody knows. So these little things, I'm just gonna break this off.
So they're not Oreos.
So yeah, they're not Oreos. No. So these little things are. I should actually show you guys the whole helmet section because it's actually kind of cool. So these things right here, I have a very narrow head. It's kind of long, it's kind of egg-shaped, you know? So what I do is you can put it one there and one there. That will tighten it up around the nape of your neck, right back here. And then if it's narrow like mine, you can run it one here and one here for the temple area. And
So
tighten
that's what that was for.
tighten it up there. Yeah. You guys want to look at the helmet section real quick? Yeah, let's walk down here. Right here, all this foam up here, this is all helmet foam. There's different thicknesses. What we've done is we have 3 different shell sizes, but what we've done is we've ordered foam, all the foam's different sizes and different thicknesses. But you can mix and match any thickness of foam in your helmet. So if you're like a medium and it's a little bit too tight, I can get you a little bit thinner foam. If you're a medium and it's too loose, I can get you a little bit thicker foam. We can mix and match fronts, backs, every single piece that you need. And we probably have, I think we cleaned it all up now, but one of these shelves in here was just packed full of like these things just wadded from where they pulled them out of helmets and whatever. We've actually cleaned it up a little bit since then. And then this is kind of our reference chart. If you're not venting and you don't know it by heart, then you can kind of pull a reference chart, you know, from the factory, like what's standard and then where to go from there.
All right, it's a 20-second process. Applying the Braille graphic.
Boom.
Boom.
Let's go. All right. Boom.
Boom.
Yeah.
There we go.
Boom. That's high. That's high.
I bet this machine is 20 years old maybe. I dropped it in the parking lot in Vegas at a trade show. Bent something up somewhere and the guy, like, he fixed it and he's like, look, if it's internal, like, it's not even worth fixing because it's so old, and whatever he did, he fixed it. There's not a lot to break on here. I mean, this thing is like, this is all cast, and then the oil is all contained in the bottom.
Another secret door.
Some of the, yeah, exactly. You know, you fill this with oil, and then you just oil the little parts, pieces and parts, right? This thing is pretty bulletproof. And then if you look at this one, for instance, and if you look at this one's all cast and it's pretty solid too. But it has like a whole oil pan in there. So this thing just sits in oil and sucks oil up and rotates it. You know, like your car would. There's oil sitting in the bottom of the engine, right?
What's wrong with you?
So, boom. 2 things, 2 sewing rules, all right? I'm gonna tell everybody, this is the trade secret. First rule, hold your top thread. That's number 1. If you don't, it goes down, it'll suck into the bottom, it'll get wadded up, you'll lock your machine up, and then I'll be sitting here the rest of the day trying to work on my machine instead of filming. Hold your thread. Number 2, back tack. When you start and when you stop, right? Back tack, back tack. This is the Velcro for the cap. Cap Velcro sticks to that, and the strap that goes through there. So, and then here's the one that Brent just printed up. You know those big sheets of material I showed you, the pre-printed stuff? Yeah. I like to just randomly just die cut these with that machine. I got a little clicker die. Actually, that's out of the same die, but I have a little clicker die and just cut it. I like to just take random scraps of material, just fold them up and use them up, you know?
Yeah.
And you just come out with cool little designs. So that's gonna be right, that's gonna be left. Ricky Bobby, what are we doing? Holding our thread?
Yeah. Rule number 1.
This goes on this side. See the back tight, Ricky Bobby?
I'm learning.
Outside flaps.
Sick.
Outside straps right there, done. Inside, right there. And then this machine will 100% run out of thread on me. This is the only machine I have left in the place with a old school motor and clutch. And the other machines, they have an electric motor, a little tiny electric motor. And it doesn't run, it doesn't use any power until you press the pedal. You hear this thing running all the time. That thing doesn't make any noise, it's on. So when you go, it goes. You can dial it from like 30 down to like 2, and it'll just like clunk, clunk. So these machines are a lot easier these days to work and use, but this one's really old school. This one's super finicky, and if somebody wants to buy it, send Uncle Bobby a check. All right, so that thing's ready to go, right? So now, super nice. This is your right one. Strap's gonna come around this way. Got your little tag, got your little logo on the outside, and then we'll turn this monstrosity off. So what I'm doing now is I'm just, like I said, I could line all this up and sew it one time. I don't like to do that. I like to tack it down, and then I like to go back and put a final stitch in. So by the time this thing's done, it's not just gonna have one line of stitching. It's gonna be really, really put together. We're about wrapped up here. This is done, inside out, and you want to flip that one? Right in there. And just start turning.
Something out of nothing, no? We just do the heat transfer, get all the pieces, and then boom.
Art.
Yeah.
It's a fun process. And we did this with all of it, like the combo packs, the wrist guards, like everything like that. We've done like
crazy.
in this shop and like developed it, worked it just like this, you know?
Yeah. Look, let's just take a second to admire this. Because you just get products, you know, and just like, oh yeah, product, yeah, logo, like whatever. But it's like sick to actually like see it all go down. Beautiful.
Then we'll throw some foam in there and we'll cut the oh, you know what? You can cut the bottom straps off.
Yeah, the mallet.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
I usually line it up right there past the dot, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
So you don't end up cutting the sides. You just gotta kind of press down and give it a good.
Okay.
Nope.
Dang.
Okay.
It's tough.
All right, here we go. It's usually a one-hit wonder.
Boom.
Boom. There we
That's
go.
how it's done.
We have a couple different styles of foam. We have like a foam that we use for mega ramp. This is like our pretty standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty light. And then this is like we patented this years ago. So this piece actually goes through the pad, through the cap, and then all sticks together. Fold it like a little taco here. And if you ever wash your pads and you pull your foam out, this is a good way to take it out, put it back in.
I didn't even know I could take out the foam.
Yeah. And the beauty of that is, like, it lines itself up, right?
Yeah.
Like, it centers the foam as long as you're
Boom.
pretty, yeah?
Let's go.
I know. So,
The final piece.
yeah, so then this final piece, it's got our little patented cap thing. Goes threads through here, and then I'm gonna tighten the foam up, stick it down, give it a nice press there. It's done.
Wow.
Yeah, the same thing. And I like to tuck the foam so that the foam like spreads back out.
Yeah.
And hits the cap, you know? Interior's all super perfect, right? Ricky Bobby cut, professional cut on that. And then, boom.
Oh,
Look at that.
amazing.
Yeah. This is how I like to photograph all my pads. A little bit of that bottom logo, a little bit of the top logo hit. So click. That's it, man. That's how you do it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What a process.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so honored to witness every component of that and see it come together.
Thank you.
And like to hear all your wisdom.
Yeah, man.
It's really cool.
Makes you appreciate the pads more.
For real.
Honorable.
All right, you guys, before we end this video, I just want to let you know that we are giving away a free pair of custom pads and a helmet to you watching this video, and we also have another one for another custom pad and another helmet on our Instagram. I'm gonna go over all the details right now, so stay tuned and you can win one of your very own 187 custom pads or your 888 helmet. So for Instagram, all you have to do is go into the comments right now. If you live in the US, all you have to do is comment #PadUp and you will automatically be entered, and we'll be choosing 2 random winners. One will get the pads and one will get the helmet. And if you go on Instagram, you have to be following @Braille Skate, @187 Killer Pads, and @888. All you have to do is comment on our post #PadUp, and if you live in the US, you will automatically be entered to win, like I said, custom 187 Killer Pads and the 888 helmet. 2 winners on YouTube, 2 winners on Instagram. May the odds be ever in your favor.
All right, well, that is coming to a close. Thank you so much, Vinton, for showing us around, literally creating the pads from scratch right before our eyes. That was really incredible for me to witness, and I'm so grateful for you having us here and showing us. And thank you for the giveaway. That's going to be it for this episode, but you can follow 187 Kilopads on Instagram. You can check out their website, 187kilopads.com, where you can actually order your own custom pads on the website too, so that is a really cool thing. All right, guys, that is going to be it for this episode. We're going to be back again, episode 16 of our Southern California tour tomorrow at 10 a.m. We are gonna see you there. We've been having a blast. There are some videos right there. Subscribe, like, leave it in those comments below. We want you to learn how to skateboard. We have everything you need and the Braille Army Plus membership. Let's go.